Hi guys, this is a podcast. We're going to talk about Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán, a Mexican drug lord, and that's it.
My name is Juan Pablo Pérez Jiménez, and the name of my team is Salvador Serna.
Let's begin this to talk about Joaquín El Chapo.
Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán, the rise and the fall of a drug lord. Joaquín El Chapo Guzmán is one of the most infamous drug lords in history. He controlled one of the most powerful criminal organizations, the Sinaloa Cartel, and was responsible for smuggling billions of dollars worth of drugs into the United States and other countries. His life story is full of power, corruption, violence, and incredible escapes. Today I'll take you through his origins, his rise to power, his criminal empire, his arrests and legendary escapes, his final downfall, and his impact on the world. What do you think about that, Serna?
I think that El Chapo is a very bad person that make a lot of damage to all Mexico society, and the problem is that the Mexican society, there are some part that look El Chapo like a leader or like a important figure, and that's very bad for the society.
Especially in the Sinaloa cartel, right? That
Yeah,
one
yes.
of the most powerful cartels in Mexico. He was the leader of that organization, right?
Right. Okay, let's talk of the beginning of the career of the El Chapo, of the early life of Chapo. Joaquín Guzmán Loera was born on April 4 of 1957 in La Tuna, Sinaloa, Mexico, a rural and poor region. His family grew poppy plants to produce opium, which was already part of the drug trade in the region. As a child, Guzmán was abused by his father, who spent most of the family's money on alcohol to support himself. Young Guzmán sold orange and candy on the streets. He only made it about the third grade in school before dropping out work in the fields. In the 1980s, he entered the world of the drug trafficking under Miguel Ángel Félix Gallardo, the leader of the Guadalajara cartel, which was the biggest cartel in Mexico at the time. Guzmán managed logistics, ensuring that drugs were transported safely. His skills in smuggling earned him a reputation, and when Gallardo was arrested in 1989, Guzmán took control of his own cartel, the Sinaloa cartel.
In this part, we see that the life of Chapo from the beginning was very tough, right? That he didn't have a lot of money.
Yes.
His father was crazy. He abused of his son, and that was very bad, no?
Yes, at the beginning, like a lot of the person in Mexico that don't have money, he was only looking to have a better life.
Yeah.
That's very sad because all the childs that are in that situation in Mexico could be in the situation of Chapo and enter to that world.
He was very young when he started to introducing that world of the drugs with Miguel Ángel Félix. He was very famous in that time.
Yeah, yes.
I think you remember. Well, let's let's see the next part. The Sinaloa cartel building a drug empire. Under El Chapo leaderships, the Sinaloa cartel became one of the largest and most powerful drug organizations in the world. Operation and smuggling methods. The cartel fused on smuggling cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and marijuana into the United States and other countries. What made them so successful was tunnel. Guzmán was a pioneer in building secret underground tunnels under the US-Mexico border. These tunnels were high-tech with ventilation systems, electricity, and even rail tracks. Bravery. El Chapo revered police officers, politicians, and even judges to protect his operations. Extreme violence. He was known for killing his rivals, journalists, and even his own men if they betrayed him. His cartel used decapitation, acid baths, and public executions to spread fear. Global network. The cartel expanded operations beyond Mexico and the US, partnering with criminal organizations in South America, Europe, and even Asia. Wealth and power. At the peak of his career, El Chapo was making billions of dollars annually. Forbes listed him as one of the world's richest people in 2009, estimating his fortune at over $1 billion. He owned mansions, private jets, and luxury properties in multiple countries.
Yes, but we have like here that he was in the Forbes
Magazine.
the Forbes magazine. He was the 701 number one rich people in the world, and that it's a number that it's like so someone says like the Chapo is the 701.
That's
a very important number for him.
That's very impressive because even if he was very bad, he appeared in one of the most important magazines in the world, right?
Yeah, yes.
And he has a lot of tools like the tunnels that were very technological for the type of construction that it is. Like even rail tracks, it's very impressive, right?
Yes, the Chapo career is very impressive because he was a very bad person and a criminal and that, but with that he's like a very intelligent guy with a very mentality very impressive, you know.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But he was very violent.
Yeah,
he decapitated
but
his own people.
obviously that he needs to be good at the things he do.
Oh yeah, of course. He has very good strategies,
Yes, yes.
but very bad, right?
No, obviously it's very bad the things that he do, but
Yeah.
it's very impressive, you know.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about the arrest and incredible escape. That it's a very important part of the life of Chapo. A lot of people recognize him about his escapes of all the prisons here in Mexico. El Chapo was arrested 3 times, but each time he found a way to escape. First arrest and escape. In 1993 to 2001. In 1993, he was arrested in Guatemala and extradited to Mexico. He was sentenced to 20 years in the high security Puente Grande prison. Escape number 1 in 2001. After braving guards, Guzmán escaped in a laundry cart. He went into hiding and continued running the cartel from the shadows. He's in this arrest. I think like obviously a lot of the people of the prison was colluded in all the
escape,
mob,
right?
Yes.
And it's important that he was in a prison of Mexico.
Yes.
That means Mexico has no security. It's very easy to escape, and more if it's a person like Chapo, no, that has very influencing bad people.
Yeah, a lot of power.
Yeah. The second arrest and tunnel escape.
The second arrest in 2014 to 2015. After more than a decade on the run, Mexican authorities captured him in 2014 at the beachfront resort in Mazatlan. Escape number 2, 2015, he escaped from the Altiplano maximum security prison through a 1.5 kilometers tunnel that was dug from his cell's showers. The tunnel had lights, oxygen, and even motorcycle on rails. The world was shocked at the level of planning and engineering behind the escape. This escape, I think, is the most important one because with this escape, all the world talk about the Chapo, and that was very impressive because the people think that he made the tunnel without the persons of the prison.
Yeah.
Don't know like he was doing the tunnel, but obviously was all the people colluded.
Yeah, of course.
In that.
And it was very long, 1.5 kilometers. And
Yes.
No one.
No, it's a joke. Like, why the people of the prison didn't
Didn't know about that.
Yes.
It was very long. Even had oxygen and technology. That's very
Yeah.
impressive. And the third arrest?
The third arrest and extradition was the final one in 2016 to 2017. In 2016, Mexican Marines tracked him down in Los Mochis, Sinaloa. He tried to escape through a sewer tunnel but was finally captured. In 2017, Mexico extradited him to the United States to face trial.
Well, that's that about the life of Chapo. Thank you for listening.
Now,
Sí, ya, güey, ya, ya para qué más, güey.